Hi everybody, welcome back to the Natural Healing Ninjas show, back to our channel. We've got a lot of things that we want to talk about today, and Laura Lee's going to join me in a moment. We're going to read to you something that's really important, I think that everyone should know about, and everyone should see and recognize, and it's called the Hippocratic Oath. She brought me this is an interesting read. And I think we're going to read about it. We're going to read it, and then we're going to decipher it to see what it's really about.
Right. Because if you have not heard of the Hippocratic Oath, it is the oath that, in my generation, I thought and was told that every doctor would sign this oath, which is the first thing is to do no harm and something else.
Practice do no harm and to only help.
And only help.
To heal.
So what we want to do is, Christine's going to read the Hippocratic Oath over here.
Oh, okay.
That comes from the School of Medicine in Los Angeles, California.
That's called UCLA.
UCLA.
UCLA. And this is what we assume that all doctors from that university and other universities throughout the nation, we thought that they signed it. And when we did some research, we found out that they don't have to sign the Hippocratic Oath.
It's optional.
Yes.
So I would ask my doctor, what do you think about the Hippocratic Oath?
What do you think about the Hippocratic Oath?
And then let's see how they respond to that. But in the meantime, sort of old language, but you can figure it out from
Yeah.
there.
So you want me to read the front?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go check the camera, make sure it's good to go.
Okay. So the Hippocratic Oath. I swear by Apollo, the physician, and AESCULAPIUS, and health, and all heal, and all the gods and goddesses, that according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and stipulation. I reckon him who taught me this art equally dear to me as my parents, to share my substance with him and relieve his necessities if required, to regard his offspring as on the same footing with my own brothers, and to teach them this art if they should wish to learn it, without fear or stipulation, and that by precept, lecture, and every other mode of instruction, I will impart a knowledge of the art to my own sons and to those of my teachers and to disciples bound by a stipulation and oath according to the law of medicine, but to none others. What do you think that means?
Basically do no harm, and that you're responsible as a physician to be able to determine that, what that means for you personally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
and to treat your patients as your own family.
right as your yep.
As I would treat my brothers and my sisters and my children, I will treat you as well. So that's doing no harm.
That's doing no harm. That's right.
I will follow that method of treatment, which according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients, and abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous. I will give no deadly medicine to anyone if asked, nor suggest any such counsel. Furthermore, I will not give to a woman an instrument to produce abortion. That's an interesting line.
So I wonder what doctors took that oath and which ones didn't.
Yes,
Sort
that's
of
true.
obvious.
That's true. But we follow a treatment to give no medicine unless it's safe.
Right. And in natural healing, we do not give anything that causes any addiction or any harm at all. We just don't use those herbs because there's so many other ones to choose from.
Yes. And you know what the reactions are.
Yes. And it is different in everybody. So you start small, you microdose, and build up.
Ah.
But what they do nowadays is they macrodose everything. and it turns it into a poison, in my opinion.
Yes.
There's a movie called Watch the Water, Part 1 and Part 2. It explains where we can get a lot of like the numbing affecting medicines. Where do they derive that from? You're going to learn some pretty interesting information from the Watch the Water.
Watch the water. And who's on?
Dr. Artis is the person that you want to look for. But it's a documentary on where does medicine come from that numbs you out, and where do these canes come from?
And is it like a mind control also, the water that you drink?
Well, there's mind control everywhere, so probably. Probably.
Well, we're talking about water, we're talking about medicines. Medicines numb you out. And what they do is they relieve only the symptoms and not go to the core of what was going on with your body to begin with.
And then your body's trooping on with the disease. Keeps
Right,
it continuing.
it keeps it continuing.
Because you're causing the disease by what your lifestyle is, mostly.
Right.
And then also, if you read the inserts and understand the side effects before you take these medicines, then you know when you get a headache, it's from the medicine, not because you're falling apart. It's because of the medicine. So if you know what you're signing up for, like on the, I notice on the, I don't watch TV, but I get stuck in front of TV sometimes because I need to talk to someone who watches a lot of TV. And the commercials come on for the prescription drugs, and
Everybody's dancing.
I play a game of what is this for? Is this for diabetes or headaches? I can never figure out what it's for, but they're dancing and having a good old time. And they have a written thing out about what these side effects are.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're by law required to do that.
Yes.
But they used to just write it out. Now they're saying it. So some law came down the pike that said they not only
And they
have
can
to
say it very quickly.
so quickly, but you catch it, go, oh my God, paralysis of the tongue? I don't want that. Oh, I can't poop anymore? I don't want that. My legs are going to buckle underneath me? I don't want that. So all sorts of stuff you don't know about is in the side effects. Then there's possible side effects too. Now there's a lay person's book called The Pill Book, and it explains in lay person's terms exactly everything about your medicine.
Wow.
And they update it every year, and it's about this thick.
Wow.
And it comes off of the physician's desk reference.
Yes, I know that.
The PDR, that's what they use, but the layperson can't understand so much Greek and Latin, so they broke this book down, the pill book,
Wow.
to be able I used to give it to my patients and go look up your medicines, and then I have them come back and let me know what they found out, because I already know.
That's good
because
homework.
I look it up
That's
for
good
them.
homework, yeah.
Very good homework. So if you go home and look at the inserts, or go online now, and you can find the medicine of your choice or your doctor's choice, and see exactly what you're signing up for. And then you can take responsibility for your health, because you're probably not going to want to sign up for what's laid down for you.
Well, and to be very careful about what a doctor, and by the way, we are not doctors, that's why, we're doing this from experience.
That's right.
And through our family's experience, through our friends' experience, that we see these reactions. But we're not doctors, but
We've been in the healing arts.
Yeah.
And it's called an art for a reason, because it's all unique and individual, and you have to be like creative to handle someone coming in that could have multiple reasons for feeling like they're feeling like crap and they don't want to anymore.
But you want to go to the core of the issue, not to the symptomatic
Not
issues.
at all. The symptoms are just the body knocking on the door going, I need help.
That's right.
You don't shut them up.
That's right.
You go, what can I do to help you? And that's what Natural Healing Ninjas do.
Natural Healing Ninjas,
We
yes.
help the body help itself, or help the person learn how to know from the neck down who they are.
Yes.
So know thyself, be true. The Hippocratic Oath really supports that. And anyone who doesn't want to support the Hippocratic Oath, you might want to question
You
their
might want to
motives.
question. You might want to question, why wouldn't you support this?
Right.
Which is first do no harm.
Right. And then make sure you ask, your doctor's too busy to ask questions. They're too busy. There's so many sick people out there. They did a great job marketing and getting people in those doors.
They're good marketers.
It's a business. Medicine's a business.
Yes.
It should not have money in it at all, but it does.
Yeah.
And this is what happens.
And
Corrupt.
And even through negligence, which is maybe a part of their the suggestion that they may have done some harm, but negligence through not knowing themselves, because they were in a university that was probably controlled by the Rockefellers.
They programmed them too.
And they programmed them
They go in, I want to help people, and they come out,
with
I want to help
pharmaceutical
people,
stuff.
but this is the only way to do it.
And that's the only way to do it. And what other natural things can you do? But they have no time to work with you as an individual to find out what really is going on behind your illness.
And we do.
And to come and give you
Quick fix.
a jab, just to say, okay, you've got, this is for you, so you won't get the flu. So you have to be really careful about what you take. Why are you giving me this? And wouldn't my body fight it off to begin with?
Right. So, but you can't really, you've got to pick your physicians. And physicians are looking for good patients. And there's not a lot of good patients out there when it comes to natural healing ninjas, only because they're patients, they're not students. If you want to be a student, you go natural healing ninjas. If you want to be a patient, you go to the emergency care people. That's what they're really good at.
You're a doctor.
But there is a lot of, continue reading the oath, because they do talk about corruption in here.
Okay, let's read that. With purity and with holiness, I will pass my life and practice my art. I will not cut a person who is suffering with a stone, but will leave this to be done by practitioners of this work. Into whatever houses I enter, I will go into them for the benefit of the sick, and will abstain from every voluntary act of mischief and corruption, and further from the seduction of females and males, bond or free. Wow. Okay. Whatever.
So this is old stuff. So they're talking about house calls. The doctors are doing house calls.
Yeah.
And they send them to surgeons if they need it, but they won't do that. That's sort of what I hear.
Yeah, well, they
Unless there's
send them to
specialty.
a specialty.
Yes.
A specialist.
But now everybody's specialists because they broke off and separated it all out.
Yeah.
And the fact that people were bonded, which means they were slaves or of servitude somehow, or they were free people, because that's how far back this goes.
The 1800s.
Yeah, slaves just didn't start yesterday at all.
it's a long time.
And we're slaves, by the way. Americans, we win the contest. We're the
being
biggest, hardest
slaves.
workers. We don't sleep, we don't eat, so we can work.
Yeah.
So there's another paragraph.
Whatever in connection with my professional practice or not in connection with it, I may see or hear in the lives of men which ought not to be spoken abroad, I will not divulge, as reckoning that all such should be kept secret. While I continue to keep this oath inviolate, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art, respected by all men at all times. But should I trespass the violate or violate this oath, with the reverse be my lot. May the reverse be my lot. So whatever you put out comes back.
That's right. And that's life in general, but if you're doing this kind of stuff and really people are entrusting you with their health, number one, that's the wrong way to do. No one can take care of your health for you. You need to take care of your health through prevention and loving your body. Like you take care of your car. It runs a lot better and a lot longer.
Research. What's happening to me? What's going on with
Ask questions until satisfied.
Yeah.
No one's the enemy or anything here, but we do have evil amongst us. So we do need to figure out who that is. They're just playing a different game than we are.
Yeah.
We're goodly godly. They like evil. So we're pulling away from that board.
Even the doctors who we consider not evil, they're just suggestive and have gone through school, and this is all they know.
Yes.
This is all they know.
So it's not about intent necessarily, but you can find out by asking.
Yeah.
What are you all about?
What are you doing? Why am I taking this? What is this for?
And this leads into something that you might want to be aware of too. And this is sort of a harsh reality, but you're not going to have the opportunity to wake up anymore. you're going to have to either do it or not do it.
Yeah.
And the do it or not do it is what I call goodly, godly, or evil. There's choices.
That's right.
And a human being has more to value than anything in the universe. What's between our ears here. And we have been dummied down
And
to
in our heart.
and giving our power away.
Right.
So the heart runs 5,000 times more powerful than the brain. So I like to hang out in the heart. How about you?
That's where
our
it's
power
at.
is.
That's where it's at.
And that's where you're going to know thyself be true, because you're going to love yourself immensely first. That's the first thing about a healing journey, is to be able to love yourself enough to do these protocols. Because sometimes, changing habit, okay, what is that? Changing habits is not easy to do, but you're worth it. And in an unworthy society,
And
we are
even-
magical, amazing beings.
Even
all of us.
medication that's not for your body, but for your mind. We've had such horrible thing that just happened in our lives to our dear friend and her family. That
Yes, suicides are on the rise.
research. What are they giving me for depression? What are they giving me for anxiety? I have people in my family, children, that are taking antidepressants, and antidepressants are dangerous.
Chemical warfare, I call it.
It's dangerous.
And who's the war on? The slaves.
Yeah,
We're being used until we're used up.
right.
So I stepped out of slavedom a long time ago, except I'm still a slave because here I am in America. I'm making a living. But I'm not making a living off of this anymore. I'm making a living off of different things. Because I don't believe medicine and money should be in the same room, but because we live in the world that we live in, it has to be. But that's the biggest frustration, because a lot of really beautiful people who want to help people heal are poor. They're poor as dirt. They gave up their monetary comfortableness because of the devaluing of natural healing methods compared to the new available drug, surgery, or now AI. They're going to cure you of everything. You don't have to do nothing. That's the story they've been telling us forever. Party hardy Marty, and then for 30, 40 years, and we'll fix you when you're done. It's a lie. It's a lie. Wake up.
Yeah.
It's a scam to be able to pull currency from you. Not just money currency, but
Your energy.
energy currency, your emotional currency
Yes.
is so valuable.
Yes.
But we don't know it yet because we haven't learned that. But I'm learning it, and it's really cool.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun with this. We're having a lot of fun. We've came out through our healing professions of what we do for others to help them find ways for them to heal. We're facilitators.
Right.
Facilitators help show you how to heal yourself.
Right. Don't do it for you. You do it yourself.
Right.
But it's all fun. It's wonderful. You feel
it's-
better and
you
better. It's like, I want
support
more
them.
of this.
I support you in your healing. You know, what else can I do for you to support you in your healing?
Because it is a journey. You do have to earn it.
Yeah.
Just like we have to earn everything. And
We
that's
we
okay.
earned it. I mean, we've
Yes,
gone
we
through
did.
lots of healing.
Yes.
Whether it was emotional or physical,
Yeah.
we're constantly healing ourselves.
We walk the talk.
Yeah.
Because we're soft things in a hard world, so we're going to get beat
Yeah,
up. So
that's
we need
true.
to navigate that. And God, our Creator, whatever, put all these herbs and plants and animals and the whole environment
To help
can
us.
heal us. So
Yeah.
let the healing begin, because we've been really
That's
bastardized for a long time.
That's right.
And this can do a research.
Do a research on that. Find
Yeah.
out what they're really up to, and ask your doctor that you see to say, did you sign this, or do you know what it's about? Can you tell me about it?
And
If
then-
they have time, they'll let you know.
Yeah. But they don't have the time thing going on. So what do you do when you go to someone, pay them a bunch of money for their time, and they don't have time for you? You go to Natural Healing Ninjas, because we have time for you.
Except if your insurance pays for them. It only gives you 5 minutes in the room.
Right. And the insurance thing, it doesn't cover Natural Healing Ninjas, naturally, right?
You have
because
to take care of
we
yourself.
are.
I've done that most of my life. You know, even though I've had insurance, I paid extra to go to see someone that would help me.
Because the insurance didn't cover it. Whatever I do for my healing processes, insurance doesn't cover for it.
Yeah.
That's good news, because the insurance and the pharmaceuticals and all that whole system.
And the AMA are all together working on this.
Yeah, so we've been sort of ganged up on as Americans through keeping us ignorant and unknowledgeable and programmed and hypnotized through TV and other means. We have our cell phones now, that are putting us together, but we don't want to go AI and really internetly connect us through our sticking something in our brain or our body. I don't want no part of that.
Yeah.
But that's what one of our leaders are trying to do. Starlink is not a good thing, from what I can see for right now.
Interesting.
But it could be a good thing for a lot of people. They want to get hooked up and put something in their brain. I'm just not one of them, because it's not natural. And nature rules. It always will transcend whatever's trying to take it out. And right now, we are stepping up. We all are stepping up. We're all waking up. What do I got to do? I need to up my program. I need to do something to help, or whatever.
Well,
There's
now
so many
it's
troubles
now
in the
it's
world.
make America healthy again.
Hell, that's the healing begin. Yeah, exactly.
And so we're doing that in this coming year of 2025.
What's the date today?
Today is December 20th, 2024. So we're getting to the end of the year.
And we're ready for a shitstorm between now and the 21st. But after the 21st,
they're doing it after the inauguration.
there's the inauguration that they want to knock out. They don't want it to
They
happen.
say, oh, guess
and
what?
the days are the
There's
evils.
a new thing coming on the 21st of January. Isn't that after the inauguration? Well, how would they know that, something is coming to
There's
get
going to
us?
be a news disease or what you're talking about.
for
Or
the
something.
love of
But they're
God.
trying to scare the poop out of you, so get rid of your poop in a different way. Use herbs, you'll get unblocked, you'll feel a lot healthier,
Yeah.
and that's just the start of it. And
That's
it is
right.
really fun to do
And
natural
pay
healing.
attention to what's going on around you. Pay attention.
So the moral of the story is take responsibility. Don't hand your health over to anybody. The doctors are there to help you, but are they really? And you need to find out.
You
Get
need
to the bottom
find
of
out.
it.
Ask them.
Because I sure in the heck would never go to a doctor and ask for medications. Just personal.
Me too.
Because I go to nature and get my medications. But I don't use a lot of medications because I'm healthy, because I am conscious of what I put in my body, what I put in my eyes, my ears, my nose. And it's not easy in the environment that we're in, because it's
No.
it's like we're sitting in a soup of toxicity.
A soup, yeah, the chemtrails in the water, we have to really be careful
And the
of.
information and the movement of things.
Mhm.
Because I know that we're going from fear-based to love-based,
And
and
that's what
from
we're doing.
lack of consciousness to abundant consciousness. We're in between, but there's a lot of people who, for us, it's going to be awesome. For them, it's going to be like a guillotine coming down and cutting their head off. Because they're going to be gone, because they're not going
Yeah.
to want that energy. So I think that we're bifurcating, separating. It's just like a turd going down to the bottom of the toilet, or the ones that float up,
I like your
It's-
analogy.
Yeah, it's really good. It's just sort of stuck on turds tonight. But there's not a lot to learn, but a lot of common sense to wake up.
Yeah.
That's another thing you can do. Take off your shoes, touch the earth, see what happens.
Grounding,
Mm-hmm.
grounding. I just got a grounding mat.
Beautiful!
And
If you can't get outside, yeah.
yeah, I do that. I sleep on it every night now, and it really feels good. I feel really grounded.
Yeah.
You plug it into the grounding. Well, there's the 3 prongs. You put it into the 3rd prong to push it in there, and
sure.
that's the grounding wire that
Right,
goes
sure,
down.
that's right. You're right. On the socket.
Yeah, on the socket.
The socket. You put
Yeah,
it
so
in
you
the
plug
third
it
one.
in there, and then I sleep on the mat that it's connected to, and it's
Right.
grounding you all night.
And all that grounder thing does is go to copper, and there's a copper in every building that goes into the ground.
And it goes right into
And
the ground.
so to ground the electrical ness of the electricity.
Electricity, yeah.
So we humans, if we touch the planet, it does the same thing.
Yes.
Like I had arm pain not too long ago, and I laid my arm on the ground, on the lawn.
Yes.
Nice experience, sunny day, great. Only maybe 2, 3, 5 minutes, something like that. And my arm felt much better. I got range of motion back right away.
Interestingly enough, I used to get raging headaches, and
I can't imagine you getting raging headaches.
it was gnarly. Anyway, and I would walk along this creek, and up the creek when there wasn't a lot of water in it. There's huge boulders, so I climb up on the boulder and just lay down in it in the sun and put my head on the stone.
Uh-huh.
And after 5, 10, 15 minutes, my headache was gone.
There you go.
So that's what you do when you ground.
And just so you know, in 2024, there's so much electric, magnetic, or magno-electric. Look that up. and see what's happening. We humans are doing amazingly well, considering we're being really inundated by so
Yes,
many
yes,
things.
yes.
But there's a lot of humans not doing so well, from what I understand.
And I hope, I trust that they will find a way to help themselves, or if they don't want to, some people don't want
Not
to go
interested.
that route, and
Yeah.
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
their choice.
The ones that want it and are looking for ways to be able to take care of yourself, that's what Natural Healing Ninjas are for.
Yes, that's right. Be part of the Ninja Nation. Give us your feedback in the link in below,
In the description,
and subscribe to us,
Like it.
and that will help us grow to get out to more people to understand what's going on in their lives health-wise.
And what is the
be part of it?
What is the email address for Natural Healing Ninjas?
The Natural Healing Ninjas at
Proton
protonmail.com. I'll get it one of these days.
So Natural Healing Ninjas at protonmail.com.
And below this video, if you're watching on YouTube or anything else, you can do some, give us where you're coming from and
Some comments.
share it. You know, some people need to know these things. A lot of people need to know.
They
these
really
things.
do. And if you know a natural healing ninja out there that wants to scream from the hilltops about the magic that they're wanting to share and
Yeah,
give,
the
let
healers,
us know.
the healing facilitators. We've had a few on the show. We want more.
Yep.
And we just got back from the farmers market.
Was that fun?
Oh, and we're going to do some recording out there just to walk through there. And then we talked to a lot of the farmers that
Vendors,
have
yeah.
wonderful things for us, for our bodies to heal
Yeah.
themselves and
Yeah.
just to eat and enjoy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just wonderful.
Just looking at it makes you uprise.
Yeah.
So visit your farmers markets because there's a lot of really beautiful
Really
people there.
good food.
Talk
and
about
good people.
grounded.
I know. Good. And there's no stickers on any of the vegetables.
No, not at all. They have blemishes actually.
Oh, I love those. I love blemishes. Thanks again for being here.
Bye for now.